there's many ways to play a certain game. For example, in Jedi Survivor, you can change your stances to a blaster or to have a big oversized weapon like Kylo Ren. So I ask the question, can you beat Jedi Survivor with only throwing your weapons? More specifically, can you beat every boss? I'm not gonna go through the whole entire game and just throw my weapons because that will essentially take over my whole life and I wouldn't be posting this video until I'm like 43 years old and who knows if we'll be a communist country or Adolf Hitler will come back to life and just take over the world. Anything can really happen. Just like this challenge, because it's not necessarily hard, it just gets redundant at times, and you have to have a lot of patience, because your force meter is always going to be depleted, and at times it's just like you can eat a cookie and just wait until it fills back up, like putting a bucket in Africa and waiting for water to fill up the bucket until it starts overflowing. That's how it feels. It'll never happen. Well, it does happen, but you know what I mean. And one thing that I've realized is the main character, your character that you play as, doesn't really respond to anything that the enemy is saying. Like, the Ninth Sister just said that she'd tear me apart. That's kind of sus if you ask me. And now she wants to take off my limbs, like, what sort of bondage shit is this? Anyways, the way that I'm approaching this challenge is I'm trying to time every block perfectly so I can get the perfect timing out. And sometimes I can't even do that because playing this game for like a good 3 to 4 months, I still don't know the controls. I still don't know how to throw or anything. So it's probably gonna take me like another 2 years to actually know the controls. So that's my life. It's not about a challenge about if you can beat Jedi Survivor throwing a weapon. It's can I remember how to throw my weapon? That's the real question. Or maybe the real question is what is the Ninth Sister actually reading from Kel's mind? Because I'm only doing the same 2 to 3 moves, so she has to be trying to read something else. Like, is she trying to read if Kel is secretly in love with her, even though she looks like a bodybuilder from the 1960s? Arnold probably have seen her in the gym, but surely not me after this challenge, cause why would gamers have time to actually work out to get that massive? Which is probably what every feminist has ever said. As the challenge goes on, I'm feeling more comfortable blocking her attacks and actually dodging, but you'll soon find out that it takes a wild turn and I completely forget about what button does what and how to actually block properly. It just goes straight out the window again for a second time, probably a third time. Now she has me trapped in the corner, trying to read my mind from 2 feet away. And I'm pretty sure she's trying to do the same challenge too, because she's one of the only bosses that actually throws their weapons a lot. Maybe she's Kakashi. I finally get to the last stage, and at this point, it's taken me like 13 minutes to get to this point without all of the edits and stuff. And this is probably going to be one of the only fights that actually takes me this long besides the Ravis fight because that's gonna be a whole other fight that's gonna give me some World War II pain. She pushes me away and she tries to throw a weapon, which is just a prime example of her doing the challenge too. She then pushes me again, throws her weapon, and then does a force lag, which brings me into a lightsaber, which was Jedi Survivor logic. And I didn't notice this while playing the game, but she says the most sus thing ever. I can feel it. Like, what the fuck are you feeling? Like, can someone please tell me if this is a reference towards the Disney movie where Rey goes where no Jedi has ever gone? But still, just why? It's coming down to that point where she's at low health and you're scared to death that she's just gonna one-shot you, but she doesn't. But remember what I said earlier about me forgetting the controls for a second time and probably a third time? Well, it happens again, and it makes me think that I might have Alzheimer's. And I almost fuck up by holding circle and doing a normal attack. Just to realize about like another 10 minutes later that I need to do a normal attack just to finish the fight as a finisher, and just stood there trying to block her attacks, which didn't work, which could be considered a fourth time, and to realize that I need to fail the challenge just so I can beat the boss, aka the Ninth Sister. Once again, she says something super sus. This is so satisfying. Like, what the fuck? Just why? Just why? Like, come on, like, SMH, dude. And then she does a grunt. Like, I do not want to hear you grunt. Like, really, like, this needs to stop. But thankfully it does, and before the cutscene, her lightsaber just disappears, which is cool, I guess. So now I ask the question again. Can you beat Jedi Survivor the Ninth Sister with only throwing your weapon? Yes, you can if you don't want to include the cutscene, but no if you do include the cutscene. And Cal says something very true. It's time to set me free. Yes, I agree. Time to set me free from this dreadful boss fight. See you later.